Hi, I'm Genesis. All my life I've been planning events for other people, so when it came to my own wedding, you better believe I had everything mapped out to perfection. You look absolutely stunning. Riley squeezed my hands as she helped adjust my veil. Ethan's going to lose his mind when he sees you. I took a deep breath, trying to calm my nerves. 6 years of dating and I still get butterflies thinking about him. That's how you know he's the one, Riley winked. The ceremony was everything I dreamed of. The garden venue with string lights, the perfect spring weather, and Ethan's face when I walked down the aisle. Well, almost perfect. Is that a white ribbon in Vanessa's hair? Riley whispered during the procession. Who wears white to someone else's wedding? I smiled through gritted teeth. My sister always needs the spotlight. When Ethan and I exchanged vows, I barely noticed Vanessa dramatically dabbing her eyes and making sure everyone saw her emotional display. Nothing could ruin this moment. The reception was in full swing when I stood to give my speech. I tapped my glass and the room quieted. I want to thank everyone for being here today. Ethan, you've made me the happiest. Sorry to interrupt, sis. Vanessa suddenly stood up, grabbing the microphone from my hand. I just can't hold in my exciting news any longer. Marcus and I are engaged. The room fell silent. Vanessa held up her left hand, showing off a massive diamond. Marcus, her boyfriend of 5 months, smiled smugly beside her. We're thinking a Christmas wedding, even bigger than this one. I stood frozen, smile plastered on my face as my special moment shattered. Congratulations, honey. My mother Diana rushed over to hug Vanessa. My father Richard followed, examining the ring with exaggerated interest. Isn't this wonderful, Genesis? Mom called over. Your sister's getting married too. Ethan squeezed my hand under the table. You okay? Perfect, I whispered, maintaining my smile. Aunt Judith approached our table, disappointment evident in her eyes. I'm so sorry, dear. Some people have no sense of timing or decency. It's fine, I lied. It's Vanessa being Vanessa. That doesn't make it right, Aunt Judith replied. Your parents should know better. I watched as my parents fawned over Vanessa and Marcus, completely forgetting whose wedding they were attending. We should go congratulate them, I told Ethan, voice steady despite the rage building inside me. Are you sure? Absolutely. It's what's expected. I stood up, smoothing my dress. But this isn't over. Not by a long shot. As I hugged my sister, complimenting her ring and pretending to share her joy, I made a silent promise. Vanessa had spent a lifetime stealing my moments. She and Marcus had hijacked my wedding day. My parents had enabled it all. They would all regret this day. I would make sure of it. 2 days into our Bahamas honeymoon, I still couldn't shake the wedding disaster. Ethan found me scrolling through Vanessa's Instagram at 2 a.m., where she'd posted 27 engagement photos. Come back to bed, babe. Don't let her live rent-free in your head. She tagged us in every photo. So blessed to share our special day with my baby sister. Ethan took my phone. Let's make a deal. No Vanessa talk for the rest of our trip. We tried our best, but the moment we landed back home, my sister's wedding takeover was all anyone talked about. You won't believe the venue she booked, Riley said when she came over to help unpack. Some castle that costs more than a house. Where's Marcus getting that kind of money? Dude's been a consultant for what, 5 minutes? Remember how he claimed to have that tech startup? I pulled out my laptop. Let's see what we can find. Riley raised an eyebrow. We going full detective mode? You bet. Nobody hijacks my wedding without consequences. 3 hours and several deep searches later, we found our first red flag. Holy crap, Genesis, look at this. Riley turned her screen toward me. Marcus Williams was arrested in Colorado 2 years ago. Charges were dropped, but it was for fraud targeting a wealthy widow. I leaned forward. Keep digging. The next week became an investigation mission. While Ethan gathered info from mutual friends, Riley and I created a spreadsheet of Marcus's suspicious activities. He's used 3 different last names in 5 years, I said, connecting the dots. And look at his exes, all wealthy women who mysteriously broke things off. The breakthrough came when I paid for a background check. Riley, he's still legally married To someone named Stephanie Cooper in Nevada. No freaking way. What are you going to do? I need more proof. Something concrete. That's when I called Aunt Judith, who'd always seen through Vanessa's act. I've never trusted that man, Aunt Judith said when I visited her. Did you know he approached your father about investing in some ridiculous crypto scheme? Dad didn't mention that. Because he nearly fell for it until I warned him. I have copies of Marcus's proposal documents, full of holes. He's after your family's money, honey. Aunt Judith handed me a folder. Your sister's blinded by the attention. Your parents just want her settled. My phone buzzed. A group text from Vanessa. Save the date. Engagement party at Westbrook Manor 6 weeks from today. No gifts, just your presence, and maybe cash for our honeymoon fund. Dress code. Formal, like my wedding formal. I showed Aunt Judith the message. She's unbelievable. What's your plan? I smiled, pieces falling into place. Their engagement party will be unforgettable, just not how they imagine. I'll need your help, though. Aunt Judith patted my hand. What do you need? Evidence, witnesses, and the perfect moment to expose him. Later that night, Ethan found me creating a presentation on my laptop. That's a lot of dirt on one guy. He picked the wrong family to scam. 6 weeks until the engagement party. Ethan kissed my forehead. Remind me never to cross you. She didn't just steal my spotlight. She's marrying a con man and my parents are too blind to see it. So you're doing this to protect her? I closed my laptop. I'm doing this for justice. The protection is just a bonus. The next morning, I called Vanessa to put my plan in motion. Hey sis, I've been thinking about your engagement party. You have? Vanessa sounded surprised by my enthusiastic tone. Water under the bridge about the wedding thing. Let's focus on your special day now. I'm an event planner, remember? Let me help you make it perfect. OMG, are you serious? That would be amazing. Marcus and I were just saying how overwhelmed we are. Within days, I was deep in Vanessa's engagement party planning, suggesting vendors who owed me favors and could help with my scheme. You're being suspiciously nice, Vanessa said during our third planning session. I thought you'd still be mad. Family comes first. Besides, no one knows luxury events like I do. When Marcus arrived to join us, I made sure to seem extra supportive. Marcus, I was thinking you could give a speech about how you met. Everyone loves that story. Sure. But I'm not big on public speaking. Maybe you could help me write something? Actually, I leaned forward. I'd love to give a special toast myself. As the sister of the bride and a professional with a mic. That would be perfect. Vanessa clapped her hands. You always know what to say. You have no idea, I muttered under my breath. Later that week, I accidentally ran into Marcus at his favorite coffee shop. What a coincidence. Mind if I join you? I wanted to ask about your business ventures for my toast. 2 lattes later, I had recordings of Marcus contradicting his previous stories about his background, plus details about fake businesses I could investigate. That night, Riley and I compiled everything into a damning presentation. Look at this bank statement Aunt Judith got from his trash. He's dead broke. And here's proof he's been using Vanessa's credit card without her knowledge. I added another slide to our growing file. This is nuclear-level exposure, Genesis. Are you sure? Not yet. I need to give my parents one last chance. I visited my parents' house the next day, evidence folder in hand. We need to talk about Marcus. Dad immediately looked annoyed. Not this again. Can't you be happy for your sister? He's married to someone else. In Nevada. I have proof. That's ridiculous, Mom dismissed without even looking at my documents. You're just jealous of Vanessa's happiness. Jealous? He's a con artist who's been arrested for fraud. Look at these papers. Dad pushed the folder away. Your sister deserves our support, not your conspiracy theories. Even if it means she marries a criminal, he's after your money. Enough, Mom stood up. If you can't be supportive, maybe you shouldn't come to the engagement party. I grabbed my folder. Oh, I'll be there. Count on it. Back home, Ethan found me finalizing my presentation. How'd it go with your parents? They chose their golden child, as always. Didn't even look at the evidence. So, we're going nuclear? I've arranged everything. Riley's confirmed the AV setup at the venue. Aunt Judith contacted Marcus's ex-girlfriend who's willing to make a surprise appearance. I connected my laptop to our TV, showing the final presentation. Slideshow of lies, video testimonials, bank records, marriage certificate. It's all here. This will destroy him, and probably your relationship with Vanessa forever. She destroyed that when she hijacked my wedding. I closed my laptop with finality. 3 days until the engagement party. There's no going back now. Westbrook Manor gleamed with white and gold decorations as I arrived early to check our setup. All systems go, Riley whispered, passing me the thumb drive. Stephanie's waiting in the manager's office with their marriage certificate. Vanessa paraded around in a white designer dress while Marcus charmed our relatives. Look at him working, Uncle Frank, Aunt Judith muttered. Probably angling for investment money. After dinner, the MC announced my toast. I approached the microphone, flash drive in hand. Family means everything to me. That's why what I'm about to do is so important. I plugged in the drive, smiling sweetly. Vanessa, you've always needed attention, even hijacking my wedding. I thought that was your low point. Then I investigated your fiancé. The room tensed. Vanessa's smile froze. Meet the real Marcus Williams. Or is it Marcus Cooper, or Marcus Jennings from Colorado? The projector displayed his mugshot. Arrested for fraud in 2022. Target, wealthy widow Elaine Blackwell. Marcus jumped up. This is ridiculous. Genesis is clearly jealous. Sit down. Vanessa, did you know he's already married? The next slide showed Marcus with another woman. Meet Stephanie Cooper, his legal wife since 2020. She's actually here tonight. Stephanie walked in from the side door. Hello, Marcus. Surprise. Gasps filled the room as I continued. These are withdrawals from Vanessa's account she didn't make, and here's Marcus using her credit card for gifts to other women. Marcus bolted toward the exit where 2 off-duty cops blocked his path. You set me up, he shouted. No, you set yourself up. Officers, he has outstanding warrants in Nevada. Vanessa collapsed in tears. This can't be true. Mom rushed to her while Dad confronted me. You've ruined everything. I saved your daughter from a con man and your retirement fund. You're welcome. 3 months later, Marcus was serving time for fraud and bigamy. Vanessa's meltdown had gone viral, destroying her reputation. Your mom called again, Ethan said at our new house, miles from my parents. Did you block her? Yes, but she keeps using different phones. They made their choice. Aunt Judith visited often with updates about Vanessa's failed attempts to salvage her image. Your sister's playing victim. Nobody's buying it. And my parents? Still blaming you instead of themselves. Later that night, Ethan asked, Ever think about reconciling? Not for a second. They showed me who they really are. The wedding album sat on our coffee table, alongside a newspaper clipping about Marcus's arrest. Justice served. No forgiveness required. What would you have done in Genesis's position? Was she justified in publicly humiliating her sister along with exposing Marcus? Or should she have warned Vanessa privately first? Does family loyalty have limits? Or should we protect toxic relatives from their own mistakes? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this revenge story, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories about standing up to toxic people. New videos every day.